Good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's see, we're gonna keep working on the magic mod. I got a lot to do. So I need to sort out my grimoire, sort out my spells. A lot of changes. Gotta I was working on it last night. I'm not sure if I'm done yet, but I gotta rewrite how the spells interact with the ciphers and the grimoires. Rankings and everything has changed. Some of the names have changed. So we got a lot. We got a lot to do. All right, so the game loaded. That's a positive thing. No issues captured during startup. That's pretty good too, actually. Not seeing a lot of the errors that I saw anymore. So we do have ciphers, but I'm gonna have to change this. I'm thinking of doing each tier of cipher is gonna have to be unique, I think. Yeah, because these colors don't mean anything anymore, right? Like cleansing light being down here. I have to redo the localization for all these cipher names as well. Looks like for spells, yeah, I got to go through this too. Some of the color patterns are not quite right. There are only 3 tiers of spells as well. The good news is it looks like we aren't running into any issues, any crashes. It looks like it's getting all the new spell icons, which is awesome. All right, so I think we're actually in pretty good territory here. I just gotta clean this up so it makes sense. I guess we can start with ciphers. We'll start with the ciphers. So I want to change. Maybe tier 1 can be just the top part. Tier 2 could be the top and maybe the sides, and tier 3. Or you know what? I kind of want the top and the sides at all times. So maybe one will be blank, one will be in a basic kind of pattern on the inside. And then maybe this one could be like the tier 3 version. Like the really good version. All right, so we got some texture work to do. Let's look at the cipher. What kind of texture mapping are we looking at? So we have the cipher skin, and we also have the decal for the runes. So I think it's the decal that we're gonna have to play around with. That's an item synthesis, synthesis cipher spell runes. Okay. Find a different song. Trying to get the volume just right so I can hear it, but it's not blowing out everyone's eardrums. Let's see. So let's go to items. So textures, items, synthesis. The hell do I have in icons? Oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of all these icons. The synthesis isn't used that way anymore. So this is kind of what we're looking at then. Synthesis cipher spell runes. Let's take a look. All right, so I guess this is... I hate this song. I know what it's trying to do, but it needs to stop. So this is spell runes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is the actual tier. Tier 2. The good news is I don't really have to change too much in here. So, okay, so I leave the blank. What is this? This is tier runes 1, right? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to... We gotta shut down the game. I'm gonna do some copy pasta here. Copy, paste. So instead of synthesis cipher, I gotta think how I'm reclassifying this. Probably could just go right into items, spells. I can say cipher dash I will say light dash, so cipher dash light dash spell rune spell rune 2. Copy paste. I'll make a 1. I gotta make a 1, 2, and 3. Pretty much what I have to do there. We'll open it up. Yeah, so it's that one. I think I need to look at 3. Copy paste. There's gonna be cipher, neutral, spell rune 1. Copy paste paste. So we'll do spell rune 2 and 3. And I think tier 4 is the purple, so that one's going to be cipher, dark, spell rune 1, copy, paste, paste. That's 2, and this will be 3. So I think I'm going to put these... Oh, spells are spell icons. No, I'm not going to do that. Shoot. I guess I could keep it in synthesis. Okay, I'm gonna get creative with this. I'll say synthesis. We're gonna add a new folder, and I'll say cipher. And then all of these can go into... Whoa, cancel. Put them all into cipher. I want to carry over this one as well, the blank cipher. Copy paste, so this one's just going to be cipher, light, main. Copy paste, this will be cipher, neutral, main. This one will be cipher, dark, main. We'll put those in there. So this is going to be the new mappings here. I'll leave this old stuff. You know what? I'm going to rename it with ZZZ. If I put Z's in front of it, it kind of alphabetizes it, like, you know, puts it like at the bottom of the list that I would care about. And then if I see this tag, it tells me that chances are I'm not using whatever it is right now. But it's not something I just want to flat out delete. I like to keep backups of like anything that I've made that I deem worthy, which is most things. There we go. You know what? Let's add this to, let's add this. Let's, save. We'll add this to the streaming playlist. Why not? Next one. So I will focus on Rust Orb first, so we can say item synthesis cipher, and this is going to be cipher neutral main. There we go. And now the decal is going to be a little different. Do something like this, right? So items, synthesis, cipher, cipher dash neutral dash. I'll do spell rune 1. All right, so now I'm gonna copy these two. I'm gonna paste them over the fireball spell, but fireball is a light spell, so I will say light, light. And let's paste it over wind, which is darkness. All right, build and start the game. So we'll see what these 3 spells look like, right? So we're looking for Rust Orb, Rust Orb 1, Fireball 1, and what, Arrow Blast 1, I think is what it was. Should have called it Gust. Pidgey uses Gust. Next song. Alright. Ciphers. Okay, good. So everything else should have broken except for this. So this is what it would kind of look like, right? And since these are the tier 1 version, this is actually what the tier 3 would look like. Alright. I think for a tier 3 spell, I think it looks pretty good. Let's kind of dumb it down a little bit for the other tiers. I kind of don't like this. You know what? I guess it's warming up to me here. We're going to save it. Pop it to streaming. Why not? Alright, let's pull up the textures. These are all the textures. Let's just close them out. I want to pull from specifically the version 1 of everything. I am thinking the first tier shouldn't have any runes of like any kind of power runes. Boop. There we go. Because I just want it to be like a blank canvas pretty much. 2 is where I'm gonna have to get creative. Kind of thinking something like this. Copy paste. Kind of put that down here. And let's start deleting out all of the extra. Whoops. Didn't mean to go that far down. You say, is this the same song? Yeah, it is. Right, something basic like this. And now what I can do is... I think I can do this. There we go. Copy. Paste. Perfect. Paste. Alright, so this will be the tier 1 version, or the tier 2 version. The other one could be a tier 3. So there's like a progression. Alright, so now I gotta actually... I gotta add this stuff here. Let me pop this out so I can see it a little better. So, Aeroblast. So this is going to be the spell Aeroblast 2, which would be this, and then the next Aeroblast will be this, but it'll take from tier 3. I could probably just go ahead and do the Fireball one as well. Good representation here. Alright, so I'd paste that in, change that 1 to a 2, come down to Fireball 3. Perfect, and then the final thing would be Rust Orb, which is a neutral spell. 2. Alright, let's see what these look like. If these look good, then I get to just kind of propagate this through. And then the ciphers, I'll bring back in the localization. And then the ciphers will be at least in the game. Let's reload. So we should see a couple more of these pop up here, and we'll kind of examine them. Got to get the right feel, right? This is it's a magic scroll, right? A magic spell cipher. I actually don't care for this song. Just skip ahead. Ciphers. All right, so this is the plane. Tier 2. Tier 3. Make it daytime. There we go. Let's get a shelf. Oh, here we go. We got a shelf over here. So the tier 1, the tier 2, and the tier 3. You know, I hate to say it, I think the tier 2 needs a little bit more flair. Just a little, like something extra with it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Got an idea. I think if I preserve these like little nubs here, I think that would do it. So I can do this. I was gonna say, what the hell? Oh, I'm on the wrong selection tool. It's freaking out, man. If I bump it out just a little bit here. Copy and paste that right over there. Copy, paste. See what that looks like for tier 2. If it looks good, I will, I'll add that to the others. Reload. I'll add this to the old streaming playlist. Why not? Alright, this is going to be added. Streaming! Whoops. Didn't mean to take it off. Alright, so tier 1, tier 2, and then tier 3. I guess that's better. I'll go with that. I like it. Not too shabby. Okay. And if I get ambitious and start making different icons for each magic tier as well, it would just make it pop that much more. But I think that's pretty good for like a neutral spell, right? Which is blue essence. So let's do the same thing to the others. So I will copy this, create a new layer, paste, new layer, paste. Copy this. Paste. Copy. Whoops, did not mean to do that. There we go. Pop those over. Merge that layer down, save, so that is done. Similar thing, I'm going to copy these. Paste it in. There we go. So that should take care of those textures. Now I just got to do the mappings, which is going to kind of be a pain in the butt a little bit. I basically have to like look at this, right, from this side. I gotta pull up. Oh, where is it? I very much dislike this song. Song gives me a case of the rage. Where's my Excel file here? Where is my spells Excel sheet? Huh. Alright, I guess gotta manually find it. Rustbound magic. There it is. Spells. Come on, I hate when it tries to drag it over. Like, obviously, stop helping me. You know, like, when have I ever wanted you to, like, take it from my hand? Dislike that song. Did not make the list. So basically, I just gotta go through, like, this right here. And make sure I put each spell, right, with, like, whatever, where, like, just start with neutral and just, like, paste it in for, like, all the tier 1. And then do it for the light, then do it for the darkness, and then just move to the next tier. I think we'll do that. We can do that. And I still gotta find a way to, like, get this Excel sheet, like, out to the world. Would be nice for other people to have. So really, I just got to copy these two things, right? So we got Rust Orb, we got Aqua Burst, paste, and we got Stone Fist, paste. Next spell is Plunder 1, paste. Agility 1, done. Nourishing Aura, done. Tinkerer 1. There we go. And then we got Resist Elements. Boop. And we got Resist Water. Resist Earth. Fertilize. Boop. Hydrate Farmland. Got Telekinesis. And Mend Object. There we go. So that's everything in tier 1 that's neutral. Let's do it for the fire as well. So what are our light spells? So we got Thunderbolt and Weld Burst. We got Rapid Shot for the buffs. And Swiftness. Kind of jealous that Swiftness is a light spell. I may actually end up changing that to a dark spell. You know what? I'm going to put dark in here for now. I think I am going to change it. Because it doesn't make sense that it's a light spell, but wind is a darkness trait. I didn't think that went through too well. So let's do that, which means I have to shift the value down here. So that would be 10 light and 14 darkness. I'm gonna have to do the same thing all the way through, right? So we got swiftness 2, which is going to be dark, which means this goes down to 16 and this goes up to 17. Not much of a discrepancy there. So it means this one for swiftness. Whoops. Copy, paste. This one helps a little bit, so that would be 23 to 22. That pretty much makes it even. I like it. I like it. Nicely done. All right. What was I doing? What was I doing here? I think I was still going through my spells. Let's go back up to fire, right? So I was working on all the light spells. Rapid shot. Oh yeah, and then we went down to swiftness, which is now dark. Next thing is resist fire. There we go. Resist lightning. And resist nature. Then we have befriend animal. True north. I gotta put in the spell true spawn eventually. Summon light. Oh, and that's it. Sweet. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna do, we'll do all the tier 1 stuff, and then I'm going to kick over, make sure that, you know, things are actually loading right. So for darkness, we have Arrow Blast, and we have Cold Snap, and we have Ether Bolt. And then we also have Reap. Then for spells, we got Silent Steps. We have Strengthen, and of course, we have Swiftness. Then we come down, we have Resist Wind. Resist Frost. Resist Arcane. And then Endless Breath. Now we got Surface Ascent. Summon Corpse, of course, is Darkness. That's neutral, neutral. Yep, and then we got Shadow Step, which is Darkness. Save, Fireball. Reload. Let's save my Excel. Wait, so let's kind of go back. I haven't been adding this stuff in. Save this. What was this one? Save that. Okay, I think I'm up to beat here. I think that's part of my playlist. Yep, sweet. All right, where were we? I think right here. Okay, good enough. All right, let's take a look at the ciphers. Here we go. So they're starting to come together. Now this order's going to be kind of out of order because like Aquaverse 2 and stuff. Maybe I could try and like prune the ciphers out and then like bring them back in. Maybe that would reset the order. You know, I could try that. I don't know if that would work or not. You can give it a try. The hell's my file? There it is, spell cipher. I'm like, come on, man, where'd it go? All right, so I need to shut this off. So we just do false. I will save, fireball it in. We're gonna go back into the world. So it should cut all of those items out, even the ones we have like sitting on the shelf. And then I'll try and bring them back in, and I will see if it resets the creative order. You know, the creative inventory. Whack, whack, whack. So we don't have anything, we don't have ciphers anymore. Now all I have to do is come back over here, pop this to true. I just don't know if it like keeps the mappings or something dumb. We'll find out. I kept the mapping, son of a bitch. Dang it. That's fine. Honestly, I don't care. This is my... I can create another world to, like, if I want to. I just have too much in this world, right, for the magic mod. Got way too much here. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go back over here. I think, so all of Tier 1 should be done, so we got Tier 2 stuff to look at now. Which, again, it's going to be pretty simple. Let's go full screen. And I will do all of the neutral spells, all the neutral Tier 2 spells. I'm going to go to my Tier 2 tab, just going to make it full screen. Nope, not going to make it full screen. There we go. No one else needs to see the Excel sheet for now. Only me. Alright, so we got Aqua Burst. Use the new mappings. Stone Fist 2. We'll also use the new mappings. And then we come on down. Now we got Rust Nova, which will use the mappings. Tidal Wave. Did I not have that light on? I thought I had that light on. Tidal Wave, right? Yep, that's neutral. Rock Slide, which is also neutral. We come down a little further, so we have Arcane Explosion. Here we go. Spike Shield is going to be neutral as well. Corpse Explosion is as dark can get. You are pretty much evil there. Agility 2, Paste. We have Nourishing Aura 2, Paste. Tinkerer 2. Boop. Excavation 1, Paste. Resist Elements 2. Resist Water. Resist Earth. Fertilize 2. Right there. And Featherfall. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I could see that being a neutral spell. Good job, Passive Ice. And Paste. Sweet, so that's everything there for the Tier 2 stuff. Let's copy all the light spells. Scroll back to the top. Alright, so light is Fireball. Next song. So we got Fireball 2, Thunderbolt 2, and Weld Burst 2. Then we have Incinerate. Electrocute. Verdant Surge. Now we got Rapid Shot 2 for the buffs. Rapid Shot 2. And then Flash Heal. Boop. Alright, for light we have the fire here. Resist fire. Resist lightning. Resist nature. Befriend Animal 2. Growth 2. Nice. And then Summon Light 2. Kindle and Cleansing Light. And that's it. Alright, we just have the darkness to do. Then we'll check on all the Tier 2 ciphers. And they should be done. Darkness. Here we go. Aeroblast. Start from the top. So we got Aeroblast 2. We have Cold Snap 2. And Aetherbolt 2. Then we have Whirlwind, Ice Strike, and Arcane Explosion. And we also have Corpse Explosion, which again is like pure evil. Silent Steps is Darkness. Strengthen 2, Darkness, and Swiftness 2 is Darkness. Butcher 1 is Darkness. Come on down, Resist Wind, Resist Frost, and Resist Arcane. What else we got here? Equilibrium. That is going to be a Darkness spell as well. And then let's come on down. We got Surface Ascent and Corpse Swap, which of course is dark. All right. Fireball that in. That's what we're looking at now. So let's reload. I actually don't like this song. I'm not going to add it. It's too clinky. Super Mario 3D World. And Fritz coming in with the resub. Why does your Discord not announce? Actually, I shut it off for now. I didn't think anyone used my Discord announcements. So I didn't want to be annoying and spam people. Doing like an ad everyone. Hi Fritz, how you doing? How's it been going? I'm currently, as you can tell, I'm going through ciphers. Kind of bringing back a lot of this stuff. If I spam me with stream times. It's funny, you mentioned like stream times. I think soon I'll be able to come up with like actual like standard times to stream. Like set times. I think it's coming. Little baby Triangle's getting bigger. Kind of becoming more independent, so that means that my time can actually, you know, not be random anymore. So we're doing well here. Yeah, some of the new tier 2 ciphers, yeah, they're coming through. They're looking good. I gotta fix the tooltip, and I gotta fix like the two localized, the tooltip and the name. But that's not a problem. I think we got it. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Woohoo! So November is Disney time, right? Actually, it's September is Disney time. It's like 5 weeks away. Looking forward to it. Kind of. I mean, I don't really like the idea of getting in a plane for 6 hours. So we'll see. Disney better have some good food. That's all I know. Hear their food's good. It's gonna be expensive. I'm cheap. I know when I see the prices of some stuff, I'm gonna be like, can I get like a Target order sent to like? Sometimes it's expensive or sometimes it's good. Get me some of that Dole Whip I've been hearing about. Dole Whip. All right, so that's all the tier 2 stuff. Let's do the same thing. Oh, sometimes it's good. That's fair. That is fair. I might as well bring this over here. You know, I like this song. We'll add it to the streaming playlist. We're kind of going through new songs now. And yes, get a pineapple Dole Whip. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it out. My coworker's like, "Oh, dude, you gotta get a Dole Whip." And then he said something about he goes to the Florida one, so he's like, "If you ever go, you gotta go to like Gaston's Pub and get one of their cinnamon rolls." And it sounds good, but I'm not going to the Florida one. All right, so I guess I can make this a little wider. So let's look for all the tier 3 neutral spells. We got Rust Orb. Oh, let's go to the tier 3 tab. Here we go. And make it a little smaller. There we go. So we got Rust Orb 1. We got Aqua Burst 3. We also got Stone Fist 3. Then we got Rust Nova 2. Tidal Wave 2. And Rock Slide 2. Going a little further down, we have Spike Shield 2. Now we got Rust Field 1. Scroll down, there we go. Torrent 1. And Earthquake 1. Boop. Plunder 3. Where'd it go? There it is. Plunder 3. Agility 3. Nourishing Aura 3. Tinkerer 3. It's gonna suck. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this for the Grimoires too. I'm not looking. Oh man, I gotta do this for the spell scrolls too. Shoot. It's bollocks, man. Bollocks. Tinkerer 3. Alright, Excavation 2. Prosperity 1. Resist Elements. Resist Water. Resist Earth. Jesus, man, there are a lot of spells. Maybe I should cut some back. We don't need this many spells in a magic mod. Neutral, Fly. Oh, hold on. I will say Fly is neutral. I was thinking like Wind, Darkness. I'm gonna make it neutral. And it's 3 days. I think it's like a week. I think I'm spending like 5 days or 6 days at Disney. It's gonna be a long time. Maybe it's like 5 days, 5 or 6. It's 5 or 6 days. I should probably know that. Should probably know that. Duplicate. Boop. Summon Portal. Here we go. And summon Void Vault, which I still have to make those spells. It's on my to-do list. Good God, man. And no vlog while there. I don't think anyone would want to see that. I've been looking at a lot of people doing like their whole oh yeah, we're at Disney right now and you get this and that. They do like a close-up. People, I don't think they realize there are a lot of unflattering angles that people, it's like you're seeing like up their nose and it's like they're all like, you know, you could tell they don't walk and they're like they're walking around. They're like kind of out of breath and they're like, yeah, you know, the flavor's a little bitter. I'm like, you know, come on. You just look silly. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Thunderbolt 3. Now we're gonna do all the light here. Well Burst. Come on down. We got Incinerate 2. Electrocute and Verdant Surge. Light spells here. Now Spike Shield is neutral. That's gonna be darkness. Alright, we got Inferno. Static Shock. And Sylvan Wrath. Rapid Shot 3. I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna have to sort that damn Grimoire out. Rapid Shot 3. Oh, I gotta come up with a new cover for the Grimoire. Maybe they all shouldn't be black. Maybe the light should look like, you know, light, neutral, neutral, dark, and dark. The dark ones could be red. nailed it. You can just hold a camera pointing away. I could, I guess, a little body cam going on. I could. I just don't know if anyone would really watch it. Like if it's worth it, you know. Catch every sneeze, trip, and fart, right? Rapid shot. All right, I got rapid shot. Flash heal 2. Since I'm taking out life tap as a spell, I can actually boost the healing from flash heal and regeneration. Because I'm not going to have to worry about that anymore. Revive, of course, is light. Of course. Alright, resist fire. Resist lightning and resist nature. Perfect. Befriend animal is light. Growth 2 is light. Preservation is light. Oh my god, almost done. Summon light, of course, is light. Kindle 2 and Cleansing Light 2, both light spells. And Blink is light. Ooh. And no Splash Mountain while you're there. No splash. You know, Freya was telling me there was something like they're changing one of the rides into like the Princess and the Frog kind of theme. My understanding of it, anyways. Kind of hoping that construction is like done. Yeah, if you have like a list of like must sees for like the park, definitely let me know. I know Freya's got like a list. I'm just like, do you want to do? Apparently, I'm going to be making a lightsaber. That was the one thing she wants to make a droid. I want to make a lightsaber. We got like we're doing Disneyland a couple days. We're going to whatever the other place is called. I think it's like a Super Mario Land. So I'm totally going to that one. Totally. I mean, I don't go to infrequently. Well, it's my first time. It's my first. Darkness spells. We got Arrow Blast, Cold Snap, and Aether Bolt. Similar thing down here. We're gonna have Whirlwind, Ice Strike, an Arcane Explosion, Corpse Explosion. That's Darkness, yep. And we got Cyclone, Frostbite, Arcane Surge. Alright, we got Silent Steps for the buffs. We got Strengthen 3, Swiftness 3, Butcher 2, Velocity. Okay, here's something. So you have Swiftness and Velocity. I'm thinking maybe Velocity should be light instead of dark. I'm gonna make it a light spell. Go back over here. Where's Velocity? Light. Velocity 1 is light. Now let me come down here. So that means light spells increased by 1. Darkness has decreased by 1. There we go. That just makes more sense to me. Alright, so Butcher 2. Like, where are my spells? Where was I? Strengthen. Wait, why doesn't this make... Oh, okay, I went too far down. Like, why doesn't this make any sense? Alright, so Strengthen, Swiftness, Butcher 2. There it is. Oh, that's actually it for there. Let's go down to Resist Elements. So let's do a Resist Wind. That's Darkness. Resist Frost and Resist Arcane. Then we got Equilibrium 2. Boop. And Polymorph. Okay, let's add that to the save list. Favoruni. I wanted to add this as well. Save. All right, what other spells here? So polymorph, right? We got surface ascent and riftwalker. All right, so I think that's all the ciphers. Let's save this. Fireball it in. Come on. Everything should be textured with the new layout. I haven't gone to Universal in like 14 years, so I have zero memories. Yeah, I mean, you know, it got me with a Super Mario World. I'm like, all right, I'll see what this is about. It's probably really cheesy. But we'll see. Hey, it looks like I don't see any texture issues. Just kidding. We got a couple. We got a couple. Oh, wait, these are for the spell scrolls. And the spell cipher, Equilibrium 1 and 2, Corpse Swap, and Aqua Burst 3. Do go on. All right, let's do all right, so this is Equilibrium 1. You sure about this? What's the texture I haven't been upset with? Item synthesis cipher. I call shenanigans on that. And there's Equilibrium 2. So it's saying Equilibrium 1 and 2. It's trying to pull spell synthesis. That's just not right. That's not. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut down because I don't see any issues there. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to rebuild. Probably some weirdness going on. Build. And we're going to start again. Chantatiki Room, Jungle Cruise. Fun fact, the skipper once climbed into trash cans nearby the ride. Told people thank you whenever they put trash inside. Interesting. Haunted Mansion. Yeah. So I know the Tiki Room and the Jungle Cruise and the Haunted Mansion. I know I've heard a lot about them. I know those are going to be definites that we're going to be doing stuff there, checking them out. Matterhorn. If the kid wants to go, that kind of sounds familiar. Roger's Rabbit Cartoon Spin, Space Mountain. I know, yeah, Space Mountain was like 3 themes to something. No, that's another thing. I mean, it's funny because like all the stuff, right? It's kind of like, well, don't you mean you're just going to go around the park and check most things out, right? I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy and paste this here in a text document. Give me one moment, just so I could remember. Where are all my text documents? I have one on my desktop. Yep, here it is. Okay. There it is. I appreciate it, Fritz. There we go. All right, paste it in. How tall is the kid? Frey has been measured. I think he's like 36 or 37 inches. One of those. She's been doing it past. She's like, if he grows enough, he'll be able to go on more rides. I'm like, all right, I guess so. I'm not wishing him to grow up too fast. He'd stay my little baby a little longer. I'm okay with it. So where are these? Okay, so everything cleared up doing that. All right, so it looks like the spell scrolls for Rust Orbs 1, 2, and 3 and Excavation are having issues. I have a fix if he doesn't grow enough. You know, Freya was starting to say things. I'm like, no, we're not skirting safety standards here, so he can ride a ride that he may not be mentally prepared for. Right? I'm the one that has to put him to sleep. So whenever we're watching, like we were watching that Princess and the Frog, right? I'm like fast forwarding through like the voodoo stuff. And Freya's like, well, why can't we watch that? He'll be fine. I'm like, no. I'm the one that's gotta sit at his bed from 7:30 to like 9:30, waiting for him to fall asleep because he's scared. Like, not happening. Until he sleeps through the whole night, that ain't happening. If he's close, stuff spare socks and issues. Yeah, she had some ideas too. I told her, like, nope, not doing that. Like, if he's close, right? Stand up straight. There you go. We'll see. We're doing something with Goofy's kitchen too, because Goofy's like his favorite. So we're having breakfast with Goofy apparently, and whatever other characters wander in. I think that's it. The spell ciphers, well, all the spells, right, for the spell ciphers are, for the most part, done. It looks like they have ingredients cost, they have essence cost, they have a description of the spell as well. They also have the spell tier, like in all that spell information as well. Let's bring back the localization. Item spell cipher. Alright, let's pull up localization. Get that back in. Language! Oh, Fritz, have you seen the wyverns I've been working on? Kind of proud of them. Oh, the reason why they're not working is a couple things, right? It's going to be because they're not synthesis spell ciphers anymore. Durgan Yi. Alright, so good you saw it. Well, I wanted to make sure. More than just because it's more than just the screenshots. There's a lot of varieties now. A lot of varieties. Oh man, I gotta go through all this. This is all key to the old stuff too. There's no Rust Orb 4. Yeah. Do I want to do that right now? That's kind of like grunt stuff I could do off stream. I won't worry about localization yet. There's other things I could be working on. First thing's gonna be how... Oh, sweet. Let's save this. Nice. I need to figure out what spell creation is going to look like now. So, you pick a branch, you get your Aether Ash, and then this is where you can make an Aether spell cipher. Now, how am I going to have you make this Aether spell cipher? I honestly think it's just going to be parchment and then like 4 Aether Ash around to create the spell cipher. Also, you can't ride Matterhorn with him or Space Mountain, hell, even any of the Star Wars rides. Basically any thrill ride. Yeah, I had a feeling. We were gonna do, I guess the Disney's good at like trade-offs with families, so like, you know, like I would go and Freya's mom's also going, right? So it's like Freya and I could go, or I could go with like Freya's mom or something, right? But then someone stays with the child, and then when everyone comes back, then the next parent gets in and is able to do it. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool just because I will have a child. I know young me would be like, it's bullshit, you know? Like, get to the back of the line. So things have changed. I feel good about it. Boop. I think, so I think the way the new spell creation's gonna go, right? Basically, this is what tier 1 is right now. You're gonna kind of get into it kind of fast, and it's gonna be about gathering resources, right? You'll get your rusty dust from your plants, right? You'll get your shifting fibers. You make your magic chalk pretty easily. You'll be able to make parchment out of shifting fibers, so that kind of really ups the because you're going to need a lot of parchment. I want you to make a lot of parchment for things. For Mage Weave, I was considering these variants here. I was considering making elemental versions of these as additional placeable things, right? So you'd have your standard Mage Weave, and then you'd have like all the like themes, right? All the elemental color themes. I may do that now, actually. It wouldn't be that hard to do. I could just add the elemental attribute to these. If you want to go through super fast through the lines, there's a solution. Do you care if you're with the rest of your group, though? I would like to be. You know, like I would like to be. It's a little different than when I was like younger, going to like Six Flags or something, right? And it's like, you know, your friend just kind of like, you just got on the ride like any way you could, right? With whoever, you didn't wait. Like, so sometimes you went on a ride by yourself. Like I would like to go on the rides with the people that I am with. You know, it's a little different now. It's a little different. Why? What's your what are you thinking? I'm curious now. Oops. I'm thinking I could do something like this. So anyways, yeah, this is all tier 1 now. You'll kind of go through, make your thaumic workbench, make your enchanted stone, which gives you all these building options here. You can start killing elementals and collecting their fragments. Make your rustic compound, your basic arcanus. And the idea is this is your first staff, right? So like you get to this pretty easily, but this is this whole process here, you're going to kind of keep iterating through it, and the more elemental things you find, you'll be able to make a lot of additional spell staves here to do various things. And I'm probably going to add a couple more types of spell staves, like if there's any like cool spells that would be like handy to have early game, like I don't know, you know, even if it's like a copy of a grimoire, like a Reap or something, I may include it if people want it. But yeah, basically, right? Like, and you'll actually be able to use bones to make a higher durability wands, which is going to be pretty slick. I hate how like you get these bones and it's like, well, I could grind it to bone meal, or I could maybe use it to make like a slightly better axe, but it's only slightly better. It's not worth it. Well, you could solo through the line. You could sometimes end up riding with them. Solo through the line. Is that the I think I know what you're talking about. Although, like, I don't know, she's got all the plans, right? Like, she was talking about like a genie pass, right? Where I guess you could pay more to like go into a separate line, which I'm like, but it's not like, I guess it maybe would be faster. It seemed kind of silly to me, honestly. Seemed a little silly. Yeah. Oh, these are the new spells. I'm like, why are these down here? Yeah, Growth 1, Growth 2, Revive 1. Yep. Cleansing Light 2. Yep, new Fast Pass. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I gotta go to the Disney site. I'm gonna do that right now. Disney, I gotta get one of those like wristbands. I've been kind of holding out because I wanted to see like what the Disney store had, because I wanted to, like, I wasn't really falling in love with any of their stuff, So we're gonna kind of look together here. I'm gonna pick out my magic. Yeah, magic band is what it is. Ah, cool. We got some Halloween themed ones. Oh, Freya's gonna be pissed. No, it was a Halloween themed one. Got Mandalorian there. Load more. Ooh. That may be the one. That may be the one. A little Nightmare Before Christmas, huh? Oh, Freya would like that one. Oh, little baby Grogu. Yeah, they changed a lot. I've been looking since like March, and like a couple have trickled in. But yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be my magic band. Sweet. That's it. We got it. Got it, everyone. Perhaps a basic staff being a wand instead of a staff that can do most basic spells without any other requirements. Yeah, so I mean, if you look at it, it's pretty much a wand. It's pretty much a wand. I'm calling them staffs just because and this is the other thing too. The reason why I'm calling them a staff is because I would like to make more models. So I want a staff model, like a series of models, and that's kind of what you see now. Is I focused on staff variants, but I want to have a series of wands as well, and I want a series of like open book like grimoires that are just like pure attack grimoires. I also want to have orbs as well for weapons. So I don't want to tie something like wand into like the basic, that basic mindset. Honestly, I don't want to tie staff to it either. I just couldn't think of like another name of a casting tool. You know what I mean? No, Wanda's different type of magic device. Well, I'm telling you, I don't want to have it as a different type, right? I have the idea of doing a similar thing that I did with the staves, right? I want to make different types of wands that you could also use to cast spells. I want to make different types of like books too, and really, it's for flavor, right? So like, the Reaper staff is going to handle the same kind of spells in the same way as like any other staff. I want it to be the same as like any of the wands I make, any of the orbs I make, any of the like I want like the floating book. Like I want you to hold your hand out and have like a floating book that opens up. I have ideas for things that I want to do. I think it'd be cool to just like pop open the book and start like, like casting the spell from it. Or go all Harry Potter. Maybe you just want wands. Although these really are like, I don't know, Fritz. It's kind of on the edge because now I'm thinking about like your side too. It would be less confusing, I think, if like, because you got your basic staff and like your staff of and whatever the spell is. It's like, well, it could just be like a basic wand, and that wands can be considered tier 1. And then staves are like big boy advanced magic, right? That takes the grimoire system, you're creating spells, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe it just says staves, orbs, and the books. And I don't really do wands. Because I'm thinking about it, how would I model wands, right, to like look different? A wand is it's going to be small anyways. The footprint's going to be small. So why don't I just make these wands? I think you convinced me, Fritz. I think we're gonna make that change. And that way, when I'm inevitably explaining the system to people later on, it's like, oh, I have a wand. It's not a staff. You can't use grimoires with it, Because basically, that's what this stuff is, Fritz. This is like your caveman version of spells that I wanted to add. So you're not going through 4 different spell systems to finally be able to cast your first thing other than transmutation. And these are pretty cheap to make. It's like it takes a rustic compound, an arcanus, and you can use a stick or you can use a bone. If you use the bone, you get the bone version, which has a little more durability. And basically, it's no different than a shovel, an axe, right? like you know, a knife. It's a basic tool that it uses your mana to cast whatever that spell is. The basic staff does just transmutation, right? This does your fire spell, and so on and so forth. If you want to start fires, you can get the basic like staff of ignite. You know, so, and maybe it would be better for like wands, like those are wands. Like, and what I wanted to do is rewrite the scroll system a little bit, like the spell scrolls that I have. And maybe instead of making them like, maybe you could still use them as like a one-time use, but maybe an advanced mage can like imbue those spells on a wand, right? And then you have a dual system, right? You have like the books and stuff that you have memorized that you could take with you, and then you can bring separate wands with you to cast whatever quick spells, right? So it gives you more flexibility. Instead of giving you like 20 spell slots, now it's a combination of, you know, I got my big staff, you know, get my spells, whatever, and then, you know, I'm running away or something, I want to do a quick arcane volley and blast something as I'm walking away, right? But I don't want to memorize that spell, right? But I want something I could just switch to offhand, and then bam, I can go right back into, you know, big spells here. Then yeah, then a wand, it gains its spell on spell creation and can never swap. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like once you make one of these staffs, like the Staff of Wind, it casts the spell Wind Volley. Like that's its only purpose. You can't change the spell. Once the durability goes completely, it breaks and disappears. It's gone, right? But these are also pretty cheap to make. Beat up some of the wind elementals, they drop their fragments of wind, and you add that plus a cheap rustic compound and a stick, right, to get a new staff. Done. And these are all really low like spells. We're talking 3 mana costs, you know, 4 mana costs, maybe 6 mana costs for like the ignite spell. So these are just like really low quality, just get magic in your hands fast while you build up for the research. Caster, hey, hey Vice, been having a lot of fun with the mod, but I'm having an issue with the Riftbloom seeds on my server and was wondering where best to report about it. Well, you can report about it. Normally people just like send me direct messages or they go into the Discord, but right now I'm literally in the middle of a rewrite for the whole mod. There's not going to be any more updates. I put out 74 fixes, so that code is like it's different now. The new layout of the mod, it's completely different. We got creatures now. We got creatures. But if you send it to me, I think it's something that I probably already fixed. There were a couple of issues with either Riftblooms transforming things and not transforming back ever. I think that was the big thing. But I think I already fixed. There were a couple weird things that, and there was some other weird thing with using like other people's mods too, like detecting what a plant was. I ended up putting a fix there because basically if it's a plant and it has a block entity with it, so like cattails, that's most of like the ViesCraft stuff, anything that has like growth rates and stuff, those get ignored now in the new update. So your Riftblooms, and your Riftblooms are actually grow differently. Now you're going to have Riftbloom seeds. There's more information that I give you, like they take so many days and it actually tells you up top, and I fixed that too. There was a system with that, a problem with that where like things wouldn't grow. And so a lot of times what it was is because like they ran into an area where there was a Riftbloom that never like went away, but it had the old logic in there for like, you know, before I actually kind of fixed a lot of things and started to divvy out how it grew with like timestamps and not just ticking. But yeah, if you want to shoot me like a like, you know, what it is on Discord, I can take a look at it, and I can let you know if it's fixed or not. But yeah, that old code is gone. Now we got like new things to look forward to, right? So the new update's gonna be like awesome. Magic tiers and stuff are gone. Like it's gonna be a completely different flow that relies more on whatever your maximum mana is and the items that you have and like your knowledge of the mod. And we're also going to be introduced to lunar magic and soul magic as well, on top of the regular spell creation and the different magic types. Like there are more identities now. So I'm thinking, Fritz, maybe I should just name these wands. Maybe they should just be called wands. Do you know how? Do you know how to replicate it? Yeah, that's the other thing too. If there's a way to replicate it easily, it would help jog my memory. If you do switch the spell, maybe it forces it to not get discounts from armor. Well, I could definitely do that too. That's not hard to do. Definitely could do that, where it doesn't get a discount. But also, it's like, well, what is a discount, right? If a spell costs 3 mana and it brings it down to like 2 mana, possibly 1 mana point, it's still a 3 mana spell, like spell haste cannot exceed 50%. So again, it's like, even if they do get benefits from it, you're changing your 5-second spell down to like a 2.5-second spell. Which maybe you should have, like you should earn that if you're a higher level mage. Your tools become faster, right? I don't know. I could do that. It depends on like the feedback, right, and how it feels, right? I'm gonna rename these wands. I'm just gonna do it. Screw it. We're doing it. The idea's been just implanted there, and I like it. It's a good idea. So the focus is gone. I don't know why I still have these in here. Let me comment those out. There we go. We'll just comment those out. We got our titans. There we go. So basic staff. Shoot, I called it a staff here. Okay, we're gonna rename this. We're gonna do kind of a deep refactor here. I'm gonna call it wand, and anything that is like capital S for staff, it's going to be a wand. There we go. Now let's go into basic staff. Here we go. All right, I gotta shut down the game. Oh, it's about to be upset. Let's take a look at everything now while it still has a form. All right, save and quit. Boop. All right, so we're gonna have to rename this from basic staff to wand. Wand. Anything that says staff, I'm gonna want it to say wand. I am gonna get rid of the skipped variants here. I don't think I need that. Got to recategorize these. Yep, got to change the shape. I think I have to just do a change all here. All right. I'm gonna have to do some texture remapping, but that's not a problem. We have to rename this to basic wand. Now I got to come down here. We have to change it, change the class file. These are all my spells. Where are the items? Common. Item. Tool. Instead of basic staff, it is going to be basic wand. Please just refactor. Damn it. We got to manually do it now. I was hopeful. All right, change that. What if I just do a replace all? So there are 21. Doesn't look mad. All right. Yeah, I've been reading some of the stuff you've been working on, and it looks sick. Yeah, I was going to put out like another update that, you know, and it fixed like a couple more things, and it like changed how rituals were, and you know, that system, and trying to consolidate to where you're not like having to do synthesis to like make basic items. And after I did that, I'm like, you know what? This feels like a cheap patch. You know, like it's still not like the fun that I had envisioned in a Magic mod. So literally, I just disabled every single, like pretty much every item in this game, in the mod, and brought it back just one by one, right? And then just like, this is the way I want the mod to flow. It's been a labor of love, but it's pretty much nearing not the end, but I'm able to put out once I'm done with the creating the grimoires, then I can have a version that people can, you know, start to play with. Unburdened by magic tears. All the magic literal tears people have cried over this mod. I'm just casting transmutation until I'm tier 2. Which, for the record, those who do that, you chose to do that, and you did not really explore your magical options. Because there were ways to do other things. You chose not to. Gino! Excited for all the things, literally all of it. Yeah, I am too. I can't wait to actually play it. So here we go. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, part of me wants to not run my own server. I would love to just have a server to sign in just anonymously. You know what I mean? Just like someone else keeps it up and I don't have to worry about things, and I could just be a little wandering mage, right? Equipment. Oh, I totally forgot to do the remappings here. Let's shut down the game. Totally forgot. So we got to go down here. I think that's just me being lazy. I don't think that situation's gonna come up. Unfortunately. All right, shapes, items, tools. So we got to change this from basic staff to basic wand. And we also have to change the texture mapping too. So the cap tip needs to go from items, tools. All right, so let's go into textures. So we got items, tools. Instead of basic staff, it needs to be basic wand. Oh, come on, man. I gotta change all these names. What's wrong with me? All right. You know what? No. This madness ends here. I'm just gonna say cap. Cap tip. No. Yes. Cap tip. If I'm gonna have to rename these, I'm not screwing around. Yep. Fire volley, frost volley. I still gotta put in the elemental attunement system too. I think I've decided to not have you attune to a specific element. You will attune to either neutral, light, or dark essence. And from there, you will have multiple, whatever the elemental attributes are within each one, you'll have those at your disposal. And those will be what you're good at. See, now I can just come into here and change those two things. There we go. Woo. Build, baby. I took no part in making people do that. Forcing people to do transmutation spam. I think people just saw like they could meditate and then cast trans. I'm like, that's a way too level, but I'm like, once you hit like maybe 15 to 20 max mana, maybe you could stretch it to close to 25. The EXP just drops like a rock, because by then you should be doing like, I don't know, rituals and setting up for synthesis and making things, you know. Like it's a bunch of things to do. All right, so here they are: Wand of Fire Volley, Wand of Ignite, Wand of Nature Volley, basic wand. Oh, I gotta change the tooltip as well. So let's go down to here. Why doesn't this look right? Alright, I hate this song. Oh, I didn't go far enough down? Yeah, I didn't go far enough down. Unheld stop. Here we go. Item info. Is my elemental moving me around? You, sir. You realize I could kill you and then bring you back to life. Like that's a very real possibility. You know what? Actually, I'm not sure if it works on the on these creatures. If it does, I need to not have it do that, because that's one of your summonable creatures right there. So let's pull out some spells here. I think revive would still work without the textures. Where's my revive spell? There it is. Can I cast it? Yep, you know it. All right. Admin sword. I'll show you a brief glimpse of my power. May this... Yep, I can. May this be a lesson to you. Look at this. Look at this jabroni. We're gonna go ahead and ban your ass. Boop. Boop. Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be similar to Ars Magica from old Minecraft. Yeah, honestly, a lot of it, like Ars Magica was hands down my favorite mod. And the funny part is, it's like, it was definitely rose-tinted glasses, because I was recently looking up stuff to like get ideas, and I'm like, I didn't know you could do that, and it sounds kind of lame. You know, like with like Thaumcraft. I'm like, Thaumcraft is so cool. And then I started to have flashbacks when I was reading. I'm like, oh my god, you basically do nothing but research. And I'm like, that makes sense. I remember sitting in front of that stupid thing and researching like things I didn't even know about to get Viz to maybe get a cap to shoot a little fire. Like, that was horrible. Yeah. So let's get rid of some of this stuff here. Get rid of that staff and get rid of this stuff. So we got new staffs here. Go to equipment. That's right. I wanted to change the tooltips. That's what I was doing. So why is this... Why is this not localized correctly? It says tooltip item, tool basic one. Oh, I never changed it here. Tool basic staff. No, it's wand. A basic wand that casts a single spell. And I have something else down here. Tool basic staff, cast selected spell. Okay, so this needs to be wand. Wand, not want. Alright, let's reload. I kind of don't like any of these songs anymore. We're gonna go to my playlist here. There we go. Hey, the game's not blowing up in my face. That's awesome. It's always good when it doesn't crash. All right, there we go. So we got our tooltips working. It's localized. It is now a wand. Wands are your flat tire spells. There we go. I gotta eventually clear all that out. I'll do that off stream. I don't want to right now. You. Shit, I gave that thing 100 health? Oh, that's right. It's a mini boss. That's right. I can't wait to like make phases for this guy. I think this is going to be the first mini boss that you could summon for better rewards. And he's going to have 2 phases. 2 phases. And I got to fix some of the Z fighting in the fingers and stuff. But it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Let's see. Alright, so here we are. What do I need to work on next? So we got these staves in. Wait, can they still cast spells? There we go. Yeah, I still got particles. Yep. Oh, I gotta fix those particles too. That's right. But okay, so overall, it's actually working. Let's see if it does damage. There's gotta be something alive around here. Maybe not. Let's pull out some creatures. Let's do some elemental creatures. Here we go. A nature drone. Weakness to arcane. They don't say. Yep. That it definitely did some damage to it. You cannot move while casting this spell, though. Let's make it to where all attacking spells, even for the wands here, or should I have the wands you have to stay still, and maybe the staff is like where attack spells, like you can move and cast attack spells. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there right now. Should you be able to move and cast with the flat tire spells? And I will give that a little bit. Attack should probably let you move. Its cast time is too long otherwise. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. All right, so I will do that. I actually redesigned my spells to make that kind of thing easier. Before I just had it tied to like, well, if it's an invocation spell, there's no such thing anymore. I got rid of the whole like conjuration, alteration, invocation, you know, enchantment. I got rid of that, and now all the spells fall into one of the essence types. I'm really leaning into like the essence, the world essence and stuff. I think it's just a cooler concept that makes a little more sense. So basically, to turn a spell into a cast while moving spell, I just pretty much come into here and say like this dot move while casting equals true. That fixes it. So I'm going to add that to at least all of these spells here. Lightning Volley, Nature Volley, Rust Volley. Sneaking Steps is a buff that I may disable. Water, oh, you know what? Not Watering Dew either. Water Volley and Wind Volley. So by doing that, we could rebuild, hop back in. Now I should be able to move while casting that spell. Let me in. I totally forgot to turn that light on over there, and I keep looking back, like, keep looking at it. It mocks me. Fine Essence. Oh, hi Vice. Didn't know you were live. Yeah, I didn't know I was going to be live today either. It was kind of like an opportunistic thing where it's like, I have time. I can get on my computer right now. So I literally grabbed like 2 cans of soda with me and just like darted into the game room. I'm still struggling with the bounds of UI. That's right. You were working on the image, right? Stretching the image. See, now I can move and cast spells. But if you jump, it will stop your casting. I did put that in because I wanted you to like have a way to cancel a spell. And you could sprint too, but you can hit yourself with your own spell if you're not careful. Oh, if we look at this too, we have to fix the animation there. See the cast time on the cast bar is defaulting to 5 seconds when it should not be 5 seconds. And it's because I changed the name of the item. That's right. We got to come into client cast bar. Somewhere in here. Maybe. No, it is in here. It is. Okay, here we go. Duplication scroll. There it is. So I got to change that to want. Why do I keep putting a T? Want. What do I want? There we go. Now it's calculating correctly. About 3 seconds. Excellent. Bernardo, you're here too? All right, so Bernardo, we're down to 1 day. You gotta wait 1 day for me to attempt to make your God mode staff. If you're good on this stream, Bernardo, if you're good. Yeah, that it was. Kept getting a null. I swear it's not the path. Just have no ways of debugging. That could be, what could be wrong with the bounds of add static image? Any tips? You should have ways to. I debug everything with print statements. So I'll show you this here. In the mod, I always put a references in here, and I actually put like the first, like for RN Rustbound Magic, right? For, you know, my ViesCraft machines, it's VM, you know, for ViesCraft and the machines. But I have a references here that not only holds all of my static, my constants, and any kind of statics and stuff like that. Right down here at the bottom, I have this nifty helper here that kind of saves time, right? Just doing print statements. And I also kind of set it up to where it will already say like Rustbound Magic. So if someone does see something like fire off, they'll know that it's my mod that's doing it, and I will know it's my mod doing it. So basically, if I want to come into, let's look at the basic tool. And I want to make sure that I can actually get this on held interact stop. I can just put in rmr references.logger. And then in here, I just put whatever the string is. I like to put a lot of things like this so it like pops. And I'll say like got to here, give myself a little heart. Let's say I want to look at a variable as well. I can also say by entity dot. Yeah, you know, just like by entity, get the entity agent player info. And I'll put it here to make sure that it's not null so it doesn't crash, right? So now if I fireball that in, and we look at the logs here, and I go to cast the spell, once the spell completes, I should see a statement, and it's right there. So I see my lines here, and that's why I do it, so my eye kind of catches, you know, amongst all the spam that can happen. I see the got to here, and then I see Vintage Story API Common Entity Player, because that is the entity agent that has activated it. Right? So, and I use these same kind of things when I'm troubleshooting the GUIs, which are honestly some of my least favorite things to work on. I hate doing GUI stuff. Hate it. It's hard, and like trying to get like sizing and stuff right, it's a pain in the butt sometimes. But that's how I debug things. So like for instance, if I were to debug my GUI stuff, you know, I'd go into like clients, Let's pull up something like dialogue, right? So what your problem here is, you probably have a huge single composer, and it's got all of this stuff, right? Like all this stuff. And the problem you're probably running into is you cannot put a print statement like nestled in here. Where the error happens, it's going to be in your composer. So if it is something with like add static image, your composer's going to just have the error, and you got to kind of find. And the more complex this is, the harder it's going to be. You have a couple options. You can either just get rid of like everything except for the thing you think is having a problem, like comment most of it out. Because like right from like begin child elements, like I would just comment out like all of this stuff, and then if I still got the crash, I know this is the only other thing that exists, right? That's where the problem is. Since you know where it is, you could go into here, right, and then put like your print statement in, right? Like, is it even calling it, right? RMR references, logger, right? And you would put in like whatever you want, called, you know, called here. You know, make sure like, okay, what could be the problem, right? Take a look at like image asset, right? You can do a plus sign, put an image asset, path, right, to see what the name is, see if it's valid, right? Get name. Or you could just do the basic asset and look at like the raw information, right? If I spelled it right, there we go. Probably space it a little differently, you know what I mean? So you could add things in there, right? If that looks like it's fine, then of course, like for me, I have the GUI element, so I can go into here, and it's a similar thing, right? Compose elements, I would put my logger in here, and I'd start looking at things like context, right? Is context null, right? Maybe context is null, which means I have to look upstream to see why it's null. You know, so there are ways to debug. You just have to like burrow into, you know, your hard part is, well, it would normally be finding out what part of that composer it doesn't like, right? So you got to limit it down. Since you already know where it's coming from, then, I mean, you could burrow into your custom code here and say like, yeah, this is, you know, this is where the issue is, right? Maybe my set source RG, you know, RGBA, maybe I put a negative in there by accident or something it didn't like. Maybe my scale's off. Maybe it's putting in a null and then, you know, whatever the Y scale is. So then I got to look at, okay, bounds, width, what's my image width, right? And then you just kind of backtrack from there. So, yeah. Just some examples. All right, let's start closing out things I don't need. Look at all these windows. They're just laughing at me right now. Close all tabs. Oh, there are a couple things I had pulled out that I wanted to work on. Shoot, I don't even know what they were. Damn it. That's okay. That's okay. Let's head back in here. I kind of want to change the particles too, like as you're casting. I think I can do better. I think I want the particles to not float up as high. I got some work to do, but all that superficial stuff, like it's not game breaking. You not being able to create spells is more game breaking. I don't think I replaced all of these. I accidentally loaded the creatures mod up in this, so it kind of broke a lot of my stuff. It's kind of making nighttime here. Alright, so they fire up. The Void! I love these things. This was a labor of love. They were like that close to being purple. They're really close to being purple, but I saw the red and I'm like, come on. It's my favorite color. Nice, like, blood red, like, come on. Like a nice red. Alright, so let's see if these are still broken over here. This one's not. Just grab that. This one is. There we go. That's looking good. All my block entities like died pretty much when I loaded this world without the mod in there, trying to get the wyverns up and running. There we go. And these, I'll just replace them. I know they're broken. There we go. Perfect! Gotcha, sorry I had to switch to YouTube. Got like 5x ads. Yeah. Trust me, the ads I have no control over. Apparently you get penalized and get more ads if you try and lessen them. Like they pre-roll like up to 5 minutes plus of ads, which is ridiculous, honestly. It's kinda crazy. Can't seem to get something string even working though. I define it one line before. I put a logger right after it. How on earth? What do you mean? You can't get something to string? Is it like you can't do like the dot to string with the braces? Boozy! That's why there's a cowbot. Yeah, that's what she said. I love Moobot. Once it nails something, I love Moobot. It's had a lot of misses too. Kind of want to look at the wyverns. Build. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do this hybrid thing with pet AI that I wanted to, unfortunately. Can you send me what that statement is that you're trying? No, I just broke everything again. Shoot, everything I just placed. Damn it. Just shut down the damn game. Oh man, did it again. All the block entities gone. Luckily, there's not a lot of block entities in that world. Damn it. Yeah, if string gives you a null, I gotta see what you're doing with it. You may not be initializing it, because there's a difference between null and an empty string. Yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to do the pet AI thing that I wanted. My thought was I could make it optional, right? Since we're close to the update, I don't want to create another mounting system that I'm just going to have to rewrite, right? Like a taming and mounting system that's going to change. So my thought was, if you don't have pet AI, they're just going to kind of do their own thing. You know, you'll be able to fight them, eventually bring in the female model, you know, with all the variants, bring in the hatchlings, maybe get their nests up and running, right? And kind of give them those AI tasks of like, when they're together as a family, maybe the mom's more aggressive, the father may wander a little more, you know, that kind of stuff. But I can't really differentiate. It's like an all or nothing. I can either have pet AI be like a required mod, which that's a no-go. I'm not doing that. Or I don't know. Maybe I'll luck out. I don't think. For now, I don't think the whole pet AI thing is going to work out. Unless there's someone that knows how to, like, bring in another mod's, like, DLL to where it's something you could tap into. But yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna be a little bit until these guys are tameable and rideable. Because I'm not gonna rewrite the wheel here. I'm gonna wait for like the new system, and then I totally want to put things like use that new mounting system to like change their hitboxes. I actually want it to where like they'll have their wings will be hitboxes, and then if you shoot or hit their wings, there's a higher chance of like making them fall and like dismounting them from the sky. And I also want to put like jars and stuff on their sides so you can like store things. But yeah, just imagine riding this thing. Just imagine it. And I also want to make elemental versions of the Wyvern as well. So I'm gonna want like crystals, like elemental crystals coming out of its back, maybe its spines. And I'm gonna want a Wyvern of each elemental type as well. So eventually that will happen. I just love watching them fly around. Boozy never misses. He knows things we don't. Boozy's tied into the Matrix, Bernardo. I don't know if you know that. Gotcha, I'll send you a screenshot. Thanks so much. Yeah, no problem. Oh, I see it here. Let's see. All right, what do we got? Element bounce, bounce fixed. Right console. Oh, I don't think you can put that to string. Element bounds isn't something that you can really put the. Now, if what you may want to do, so that console right line, I'll tell you a little trick here. Let's just get rid of this, and let me go into the regular thing. Spindle Gaming, the Wyverns look cool. Thank you. They're coming along really well. It's gonna be nice because like they're also gonna have different models. So what you're seeing is the basic male. There's a basic female, so there's a male, female, and hatchling of each type, and there's going to be a basic, finned, feathered, spiky, and bone. So yeah, we're actually gonna have like undead bone wyverns, which is it's gonna be chef's kiss. I think honestly the bone's gonna be my favorite. I think if it's something like dark necro kind of shadow knight, I'm there. But let me show you. Oh, I went into the wrong world again. Working on 2 different mods. There we go. So what you may need to do when you write a console line, even though you put 2 string, you may have to I'll show you. So if I go into, God, where do I have print statements already? It's gonna be somewhere here. Which one? Probably rock crystal. Okay. I'll just put it in here. I gotta clean this code up anyways. So RMR references dot logger. Well, technically, let me come into here, right? Because this is basically what it's doing. So I have noticed that if you go to do a print statement and you just try to put in like a variable, like I'll do like position, and then I try and do like .toString. Even though it's not giving me an error, this may fail. Because even though, like, I don't know what it is, even though I'm trying to do it toString, it doesn't put it toString. So it's gonna crash on me. What I have to do is put in a string. It could be empty. I can put a bunch of... That's why you see me do this a lot. And then do a plus sign. And then toString. This will convert position and actually use the toString position. And this will not crash. It's stupid. I don't know why it does that. It could be just a random problem that comes up. Someone who knows programming a lot more would probably have the IEEE standard for whatever. Oh yeah, it's the way the machine language works. I don't know. But putting in a string and then the plus sign and then your variable seems to fix it. Now there's a different way to do print statements, which is this way. I don't really do it this way. I guess this way it's less resource intensive. While I'm putting in strings and stuff, it's just for debugging. I don't care if it's resource intensive because I normally get rid of it once something is working. But yeah, if you run into weird things and you're trying to put it toString, like a number is a good thing, right? If I try and put like a variable in here that's an int, and I try and do toString, it may not actually parse it out to a string. And you can't just put the variable in there by itself because it's an integer, not a string. So by putting a string there and then the plus sign, it kind of auto converts it for you. Oh, really? Okay, thank you. That's super helpful. Yeah, I mean, it may help you with what you're experiencing. I don't see any issue with what you put in, but I'm not sure what it's actually going to output for you. It may not tell you. It may just say like element or vintage story dot element bounds dot fixed position, and then that's it, right? Like it may not actually tell you anything specific. Yeah, all right. I like this song. Let's get creative. Oh, let me see. Oh, hey, look, it didn't break my, I must have shut down the game fast. All right, it did not break the block entities. Let me just double check. Let's turn it to nighttime. Yep, our voids come up. Awesome. Okay, so good. I was kind of worried about that a little bit. I thought I was gonna have to replace a bunch of things. Oop. Okay, let's keep working on things here. I gotta replace the staffs. I'm gonna do that now, because that's just gonna annoy me if I don't. You know, I could just break admin need everything. Nom, 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 nom. There we go. We'll just get rid of all this stuff. This never happened. It was never considered a staff. It was always a wand, right? It was always a wand. Equipment. All right, let's get all of these staff, or all these wands. Oh my god, I'm gonna call them staffs forever, aren't I? Because that's what they originally were. All right, so you got the regular kind, the wood, and the bone variant. What is this spell? Watering Dew. Oops. All right, Watering Dew. Ignite. Fire Volley. And boop. Water Volley. Where are the other ones here? Wind Volley. Nature Volley. Perfect. And I set this stuff up when I'm working on the models so I can actually, like, see a little easier instead of, like, holding on to it. Hoping it looks good. So when I bring in the elemental system, what elements are people going to want to gravitate towards? I'm kind of curious about that. And my elemental system's going to be, you're going to attune to an essence type, right? So you're going to have either neutral, light, or dark. And then you'll have the elements within there. I am totally going to go darkness. Like I'm gonna go darkness. I want to hop into soul magic, whatever that may look like. You'll be a dark wizard. Although lunar magic will be pretty cool too. Oh, and I should say this: attuning to one of these doesn't mean like I have to do only soul magic and I can't do light. You could still do light. It's just if you try and cast, like, you know, any of these types of elements, right? Any of these spells, you're not going to be good at it. And they're going to hit you harder. And those elementals are going to run a really, you know, F you up. I got to redesign my armor as well. Armor's going to be changing. It's going to grow with you as a mage. So you're not going to have, like, armor sets that you're going to just throw away or destroy or have it sit in a box forever because you never need it anymore. All right, what do I need? So I got the ciphers kind of done. Well, except for the localization, which I'm doing that off stream. So really the only other things I need to figure out is how you're going to get these ciphers, and then how the new Spellforge works, and then tweak synthesis a little bit. Synthesis and the Oculus is only going to be for spell creation. And also, I will put in a way to enhance your grimoires as well. So that rewrite's just coming in base. So, before you get to this, you need an item to put in here. So it's going to be something like this, right? So I want to put in either I want to put an item in here as a catalyst, or you would make it out of a catalyst. You know, like Aether Ash and Parchment would create your Aether spell cipher. So that would be your essence cost here. And then you would put the Aether spell cipher in here, and since it's a tier 1, you would have a random chance to get any light spell. So you would have 1 of 10 spells that you could get. And then you would take that cipher and either use it for discovering more of that cipher by putting it in a pedestal and using it there, or you would make a grimoire out of it. Now then when you make your spell the next time, there's no guarantee you'll get it back, because it's just going to be a random roll. Yeah, look at those particles. I'm thinking I like this solution a little better. I was thinking, well, I could have it to where you create like parchment, and then you have to create, you know, like the inert version, and then you would put like the inert version in here, and then it would eat essence, you know, from like whatever you're linked, you know, whatever you're currently linked to, your essence generator. And then you would take that item, but that just adds an extra dead item, right? It's like, well, what's the use, right? Like, okay, you gotta imbue it with essence. That seems like extra steps. Maybe just like outright crafting it would be better. I could get creative with this. Let's see. Maybe some of that. Maybe I could put some enchanted stone in there. Maybe. What's my enchanted stone? What would something like maybe something like that. You know what? Let's throw a couple more parchment pieces of parchment in there. Let's make it like 4. You need 4 to make this thick scroll. Parchment. I'm looking for parchment. Wow, it's getting kind of late. 5:47. I gotta make some shrimp scampi. Oh man. So I'm thinking this maybe. What do these scrolls look like? You know, I got some on a shelf back here. So this is what they look like. I mean, I could. So it's going to be a rolled up version of the scroll. And then once it learns a spell, it opens up for you. And it'll have, like, you know, whatever the runic pattern is. So it's a quick visual of, like, yeah, this is tier 3 Rust Orb. Although people could also just read too, right? Like the name, it will also say what it is. Rust Orb 3. So maybe Enchanted Stone would make sense as a reagent. Although if I do Enchanted Stone, maybe not Enchanted Stone? I could take it a step further and say you would need like Astrolith, right? You would need this stone, Astrolith Stone, to make your Aether spell cipher up here. And then I could just swap out that texture. Aha! Not bad, not bad. Alright, so maybe a piece of Astrolith in there. Or maybe 2. Because, yeah, okay. Could do maybe that. I don't want to add more Aether Ash. I think just 4 would be enough. Because then you would have to burn 2 2 rustic compounds, I think. Because I think 1 rustic compound gives you 2 of the ash. Let's see. Let's see what it does. Oh, this is a good test to make sure the system's even working. It was broken before. Hey, look at that! It didn't crash. Yeah! Right, so burning 2 of these is enough for 1 of your scrolls. Okay, okay. I guess it makes sense. I guess it's alright. It's good for a start. Until I get feedback. Oh yeah, and to make that, you'll need some resin, some rusty dust, and I'm making sure you have to use rot. I am tired of rot not having any kind of use. So to make this rustic compound that you burn, you're gonna need some rot. Since my, like the rot and the drifters and everything, like the Rust World, I consider that primordial magic that all the elements, like, originate from. So using rot seemed necessary. Been a long time coming. Ah, shoot, I never made elemental versions of this, the Mage Weave. I really should. It'll be quick. It'll be quick to do. This is what I'll do, because we're gonna have to find someone to raid, because I gotta start making some shrimp scampi. I need to go into Mage Weave, right here. So we get our behaviors. Oh no, don't tell me I didn't put any attributes. Oh, thank God I did. I was gonna say it's impossible. It's impossible. All I have to do is go into crystals. Oh, we gotta bring in blood and ghost too. I think I want to come up with a couple other types of crystal. But I gotta find a use for like the blood and the ghost crystals, because I think those look pretty cool. And I guess I gotta come up with like some aether sounding crystals too. I guess. Mage Weave! Ooh, is this gonna screw things up? No, I don't think it will. We'll see. Let's see what it does. It's probably gonna be really pissed. Let me just go down. Shape by type is fine. Collision. Where's my... Here's my textures. I do need... Blocks, cloth, Mage Weave. I need to put another thing here. I need this to be like element. And then whatever the Mage Weave pattern is. I think I have to do this. Which means let's shut down the game. Things are about to get spooky. Alright, and we have to restructure our textures again. So let's go into blocks, cloth. Alright, let's create a new folder in here. Call this none, because that's going to be the default. And I'll just add fire in here for now, just as, you know what? I'll add all of the folders. Water. Wind. Earth. Lightning. Frost. Nature, and finally arcane. Perfect. So I'll just have to put more textures in there. Let's make sure that the original blocks I had out are going to be screwed up. But placing new things down, it should be okay. Rod is used for Terra Preta now? Oh, good. So it actually has a use. You don't throw it into water and have it dissolve forever. when your food rots, right? And your oh, that's right. I gotta fix a bunch of recipes as well. I'll do that later. That's good. Rot will have more uses, especially I think in Soul Magic. You'll be using rot a little bit more frequently. Okay, so over here, I would expect this to, you know, not work, right? Because that's the old block. Let's go over here. There we go. Now we got all of our variants, but I still have the diamond. Yeah, I still got these four. What is this? Diamond pattern, which is that. This is the normal pattern. This is the offset. And the square. Good, so that works. I gotta fix the localization. You know, I'll fix the localization later. I gotta start cooking. Shrimp scampi doesn't just materialize. I gotta put a little tears into it. A little bit of time. Let's see, who is currently playing Vintage Story? I wish more people did modding. I would love to watch someone else like make mods. I would watch that. And then I'd ask them a bunch of things. Hey, did you figure out how to blah? What do we got? We got some new people. Oh, we got Sparkheart playing. Maybe Sparkheart. I gotta stop. I've been going with new people, right? That have been coming in, and then they'll play Vintage Story like once or twice, and then they go to like games that I don't care about, right? But I'm following them, so I'm looking. I'm like, what is this casino simulator? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about this. So I'm gonna go with my boy Sparkheart, and they're actually playing. Awesome. All right, we're gonna do /raid Sparkheart. Caster HH, thanks for the follow. There we go. Perfect. I probably thank you everyone for watching. I may live stream again tonight. Honestly, I'm gonna flip a coin. I got a thick EverQuest 2 Collector's Edition coin here. Kingdom of Sky. Thick dragon coin. I'm gonna flip that. If it's heads, I'll live stream again tonight. We'll work on more things. If it's tails, I'm going to put on probably some kind of show. I'm kind of feeling maybe like Archer or maybe Rick and Morty or something. I don't know. I'll put something on, and I will do a lot of this grunt work refactoring, which is the fun stuff that you don't really care to see on stream. But I would expect to have a lot more variants of Mage Weave depending on what element it is. I want to have at least spell ciphers done. And I want to start working on the Spell Forge code. I'll probably do that on stream solely, and then bringing back up the Oculus, and then pairing everything together to make a Grimoire spell that you can actually cast a spell from. And then at that point, the mod is ready for people to actually use it and play and test. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to go make some shrimp scampi, and like I said, let the fates decide. We'll see if I'm streaming later.